So Villa Posillipo is an extraordinary home on the Greek island of Corfu. Its history dates back all the way to the 1700s when the house was used by the Venetians as a defense asset during the siege of Corfu by the Ottoman Empire. Since then, the home has survived several conflicts, social changes, and now you'll be delighted to know that it is available as a summer retreat for vacationers who want to enjoy the island of Corfu. So with me today is the owner of Villa Posillipo, Tanya Geracaris. Tanya, how are you today?
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you, Joya.
Gosh, there's so much history to your villa. I know that it's been in the family for generations. How have you managed to keep the history intact for those that are coming to visit this summer?
Well, it was a complex endeavor, and it needed a lot of effort and care and a lot of expertise as well. But we studied deeply all the elements of the villa and its every functionality, every piece and its functionality. Well, what we could preserve, we left intact, like the staircase and all three stories. Of course, the fantastic furniture of the palace, the Achillean Palace of Empress Sisi of Austria. And we left the white planks in all the floors. And what we couldn't, and we had to bring in new installations, we did them with a lot of care to match and align with the character. So you'll see the lovely minimal bathrooms, which are en suite, but they match perfectly. You'll see a lot of modern equipment in the kitchen, but they match perfectly with the old wood stove. So I think, yes, we're proud that we sort of managed from the feedback we get.
Well, it's a 300-year-old family country home. It's also been the location for a very popular European TV show. Which one is that?
Yes, that's the Darrells in Corfu. It's an award, a BAFTA awarded series, and it was on 85 countries, and of course in the States as well, on PBS, if I'm correct. Yes, it was with us for 4 years, and the producers, of course, chose the location exactly and precisely because of its authenticity and the natural environment that we preserved. And it's typical of Corfu, with an olive grove and the cypress trees. So yes, it gave stage to the team for 4 years to bring life to stories of young Gerald, who was a British well-known naturalist and a well-known author. And his early life, I think, in Corfu, when he became obsessed with nature and animal life, and this can be seen in his works and, of course, in his preservation efforts until today.
Well, I love that you brought up the element of nature, because I think that that's one of the big features as a guest who comes to Villa Posillipo. There are some features of the property, including nature, but what else can somebody find?
Well, timeless features create effortlessly a lasting memory to our guests. Just a few in the house can be, they wake up to reflect and relax in the bathtub of Empress Sisi for a spa bath. And they will connect and strengthen their relationships with their family and friends, dining in the round table behind me, in which again is from Empress Sisi, from the Achillean Palace. Or you will see them just gazing in the middle of air and light, the sea and nature, which I think it creates a profound sense of belonging. And
well, as Americans, you know, we love yoga. Cooking shows are such a huge deal here in America. What are the prospects of being able to cook Corfiot cuisine?
Well, it's in a priority in our treat experiences and services. with yoga and wellness, of course, and wine tasting and olive oil tasting, which is extra virgin olive from our property. But guests engage in learning local cuisine. Shockingly, I mean, they can cook with our chef local dishes like the sofrito, which is veal with white wine and garlic, and it's since the Venetians. And there's also pastizzava, a red sauce, a fresh tomato red sauce pasta, which at the time, and from the Byzantine times, it depended on your household income if you were able to have it with lobster. I'm not able with lobster at the time, or with the rooster. So that's delicious, really, and they love this experience.
Well, I think the lobster probably is market price here too, depending on the day and depending on the season. Okay, we've got a great example of some of the things that you can do on property. What if somebody wants to do an excursion off property? What's nearby? Like one of the things I read about was dining at a fortress that's close by.
Corfu is an amazing, a stunning location. I would suggest that the Mediterranean is not enough. You have to jump onto Corfu for at least a week. It's got a rich history, a vibrant culture, breathtaking views and landscapes with dense forests and extreme opposites, the emerald beaches, huge olive groves with 1,000-year-old olive trees. And our gem, of course, which is the UNESCO town of Corfu, provides a glimpse into the island's past. In every cobble street, and in all the architecture, the buildings and the air as well, reflecting, of course, the empires that once did own Corfu.
And I imagine a lot of those conquerors were on horse. I saw that horseback riding is something that you offer as well. I think my biggest question are those horses tame?
They are. I'm sorry for them, but they are tame. Yes, they are.
Well, you know, it's no secret that we have emerged from the pandemic. People are traveling again. Are you finding that there's a strong interest in travel and coming to Villa Posillipo?
Well, I think that after the pandemic, we have experienced, thankfully, remarkable bookings, and our guests don't want to mention anything about the past challenges. They want to engage in the experiences in Corfu and the house. So I think that, yes, travel is back, and travelers do want to leave home when they have the occasion, the opportunity, of course.
I know a lot of your visitors are European, South African, but if Americans are looking to come visit you and come and visit Corfu, what would you want to tell the average American?
That the Mediterranean again is not enough, and they must come and visit Corfu because it is a stunning place. One of the most green islands in Greece, very near Europe. It's the edge of Greece towards Italy, so it's a very safe destination, and it's so many experiences and stories in every corner.
What about the Temple of Artemis? What if somebody, I've read about that. What's exciting for an American to go and discover there?
I think it's the size. It's the size, not in meters. It's just stunning, well preserved, and it carries a heavy history behind it. But not only the temple, there are spots here and there which are very important spots for history and also nature. Our guests can walk with flamingos in our wildlife reserves down in the south. They can see the ruins of a very, very ancient village up 3,000 feet from sea level. It's a stunning location.
Right there on the Ionian Sea. Tanya Geracaris, who is the owner of Villa Posillipo, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait to see what the summer has to hold for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joya. Have a lovely morning. Bye-bye.